Hello, Nari McDiarmid for miningnews.net, and I'd like to welcome Shaun Bunn, Managing Director of titanium-focused Empire Metals. And Shaun, we're speaking in the lead up to Mining News Select Australia. What would you like investors coming to this event to understand about Empire Metals?
Yeah, well, firstly, Empire Metals is a London listed, AIM listed company, but all of our focus at the moment is in Australia, particularly at our flagship project, this massive titanium discovery at Pitfield, just north of Perth. And yeah, we've been there for a couple of years now. We drilled the ore body, first drill holes into the ore body about 18 months ago, and made this a giant discovery. It's probably the world's largest known titanium mineral system. It fills the entire sedimentary basin, and we're really excited by the prospect of this particular discovery.
Well, you've mentioned some of the features, scale being a key factor. Could you outline a little more about the project and perhaps why people should be interested in titanium?
Yeah, look, we started this project with airborne magnetics and gravity, airborne gravity. So we mapped an anomaly. The basin itself is a sedimentary basin full of sandstones and some felsic type rocks. So it's full of silicates and quartz, micas. So it's a pretty basic sort of sandstone deposit, horizon, if you like, the host. But somehow a massive amount of hydrothermal fluids have pumped up into this basin and brought up titanium. Extremely unusual. And that's why it's so large. It's 40 kilometers long, 10 kilometers wide. We've traced it with the magnetics and the gravity. We've traced the mineralization down at least 5 kilometers deep into the basin. And we've drill tested it. 202 holes, 22,000 meters of drilling, every meter of every hole is in mineralization. So an extraordinary discovery, probably accounts for about 1/3 of the world's total resource in one place.
That's quite outstanding figures there, Shaun. And look, in terms of titanium itself, a lot of investors are familiar with gold, let's say. What should they be interested in titanium for?
Well, it's an extraordinary, element, titanium. It's not just a metal that is, what we refer to as one of the wonder metals, because it's the same strength as steel, but half the mass. It gets used in aerospace, gets used in the defense industries, fighter jets. It's a really geopolitically important element and a critical metal, if you like. The majority of titanium is used in pigments. There's no substitution for a titanium dioxide pigment. It's the whitest and brightest of all of them. And it's a huge industry. The market for titanium alone is, titanium dioxide alone is about $24 billion per annum. So it's much bigger than a lithium or rare earth it's sort of getting up into the sort of nickel sort of market size. So it's a big industry.
Now, Shaun, you mentioned some drilling that's already taken place. Looking further ahead towards the rest of 2025, what sort of news flow can investors keep an eye out for?
Well, we've got an exploration target. That's what we drilled out late last year and announced. So we had about 30 odd billion tons of material in that target alone. We're going back to drill out the near surface high grade targets, and I expect that will result in a mineral resource estimate before the end of the year. We're also working on product development. So we announced back in March we made our first products from the ore, and we're getting up over 90% TiO2 in the product. So we're aiming for the high value end of the supply chain. So world's biggest deposit, tier 1 location, close to infrastructure, close to port. Fantastic jurisdiction, Western Australia, to get a big giant mine up and running. Great market, big value here. So we're really excited about the news flow coming forward.
And so, longer term, Shaun, what do you see success looking like for Empire Metals?
Yeah, we're moving at a cracking pace. As I said, the first drill holes only went in about 18 months. We've already made product from the ore. So we're mapping out the flow sheet. We're moving towards coming up with a commercial proposition for this project. So looking forward, yeah, I think we'll be, working with offtake partners or strategics. We'll be working with other, industry players, but we will be looking, how do we bring this project forward, in record pace and get a major project status up here in Western Australia for a titanium metal project, perhaps.
Well, Shaun, thanks very much for taking the time to speak today, and I look forward to seeing you at Mining News Select.
Yeah, I'll definitely be happy to be there. Thank you.